Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning here at Treats Unleashed, and I'm Barb. I will be posting this video this evening. The internet connection is just a little bit better at home to get that posted for you. One clarification, the other day when I talked to you about pet food ingredients, I discussed soybean being a carb. The reason I call it a carb in pet food is because our dogs and cats need true animal-based protein. There can certainly be legumes in their pet food, but it should be further down the list. It shouldn't be one of the top ingredients that the dog food manufacturer is trying to claim as a protein toward the total protein count in the pet food. So that was my reason for doing that. What I want to talk to you about today is carbs. In an ancestral diet, our dogs would get 56% protein. The next ingredient that would be highest would be fat, and then of course moisture is extremely high because they're eating a whole prey. By feeding our pets kibble, we've really reversed that dog food pyramid. Now instead our pets are getting 50% carbs out of their kibble diets. The protein is anywhere from 20s to high 30s or low 30s, but we really have reversed that, and we've taken away from what our pets truly need. So today we'll talk about carbs. We'll talk about how to decide or look and figure out how many carbs are in your pet's diet and the ways to decrease that. So grab your pet food bag again, because we'll be looking at the guaranteed analysis. So when you want to figure out how many carbs are in your pet's food, you are going to add the protein, the moisture, and the fat. Those three things. And if you see ash listed, add that in as well. Ash is vitamins and minerals that are left over from the combustion stage of food processing. So protein, fat, moisture, and ash. If ash is not listed, assume it's 6%. So I'm going to grab a bag of Origin. The reason I'm using the Origin is probably the lowest carb kibble you are going to find. It's very high quality food, but just to kind of give you an idea of the variety of carb content you're going to find in foods. Like I said, a lot of them are going to be 50% on up. That means half that bag is carb for your dogs. So let's first figure out the protein or the carb content. And I know you can't see this well, but I'm using this for myself to get the numbers off of. So look at the guaranteed analysis on your pet food bag. Crude protein is 38% on this bag of Origin. The crude fat is 18%, so we're at 56. The moisture is 12%, so that puts us at 68. And on this, ash is not listed, so I'm going to assume it is 6%. So those things combined equals 74. So that 74% taken from 100% means that this bag of Origin has 26% carbs. So when you look at less expensive brands, of course, Origin is one of our highest quality foods in the store. So I mean there is obviously a price gradient that comes with the ingredients. But some of the foods you're going to find are 50% or more carbs. And the reason why we don't want our dogs to have that many carbs is that carbs are obviously going to turn into sugar, and whatever is not burned off is going to turn into fat. That's why we have a lot of obese dogs these days, is because our dogs lead a pretty sedentary lifestyle. They love to sleep, don't we all? So they don't get those calories burned off. So it's really important to know the carb content of your food, because carbs can cause exacerbation of any inflammatory issue that's going on in the body, whether it is allergies, seasonal allergies, anal gland issues. If those glands get inflamed, it makes it hard for dogs to empty them themselves. And carbs can also exacerbate tumors. So if you can decrease your carb content, grab your food, figure out how many carbs are in your dog's diet, and then if you say, you know what, I'd like to try to get this down a little bit to make my dog a little bit healthier, we've got some options for you. And the first one I am going to suggest is adding in canned food. Canned food, first of all, does amazing things for the kidneys, the bladder, the whole digestive system. We've talked about how important it is to get moisture in your pet's diet, and by adding some canned food to each meal, you're going to cut back on the amount of kibble you're feeding, so you're decreasing the carbs automatically, and you're going to add in moisture, and this can has 5% carbs. So great way to reduce the carb, increase the moisture content in your pet's diet. Other options you could do are simply to put in some canned pumpkin. Dogs and cats love pumpkin. Most of them do. Pumpkin is a great fiber source. It can either help with diarrhea or constipation. So we give Willow about a tablespoon of pumpkin today. It's also a good thing to use for anal gland issues. Start out with pumpkin, and if the pumpkin's not enough, stop and see us for the Glandex. We use both the pumpkin and the Glandex for Willow, and she's had to have her glands taken care of twice in almost 2 years now. So definitely it's much better for them than having those vet visits. Same is true for cats, you guys. Cats have even more moisture they need in their diet. They're desert animals. So we've got a lot of cat food options for you to mix in with the cat's kibble as well. It's just so important that we take good care of these guys. They're part of our family. They mean the world to us. The bonds we have with them are so strong. And by adding these things in, you're not going to see a huge increase in your pet food budget, really, if any, because you're going to decrease your original food because you don't want to overfeed on calories unless you've got a dog that could gain some weight. But it's just going to do them a world of good, get those carbs down, get that moisture up, and just end up with a happy, healthier pet. What our goal is to try to be proactive, make sure that everybody is doing the best they can, and like we always say, everybody's got a dog food budget. We want to work within your dog food budget. So come in and talk to us. Let's see what options we can do to get the carbs down, the moisture up, and just get those pets really, truly thriving. If you have any questions, let us know. Come in and talk to us. Bring your bag. Like I said, we're happy to look at it with you. And if it's one we're not familiar with, we'll do some research. But it's so important to just do the best you can for your pets within your budget. So stop in and see us if you have any questions, and have an awesome Wednesday, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.